Here you go, guys. Got the yoke for the transmission. So we just got to take the end of that drive shaft piece off. This one came out of 76 Dodge 727 slip yoke. So if I had this size drive shaft, it has a nice end to it, but I don't. So the universal should be the same. So we're good. It's clean. We're running to get a couple of bolts. I went to Ace, the store I went to, didn't have enough bolts. So, okay, guys, we got the intake bolts. Picked them up from Ace Hardware. So I just found out that I go to two different Ace Hardwares, and one is owned by the same guy that owns the one in my town, and he owns like 30 of them. And the other one is the guy only owns a handful of them. And the guy that owns a handful of them, these same exact bolts, because I went there earlier today and he didn't have enough, so I bought what I figured I'd get as many as I could there and get the rest at another store because they probably did light too. Okay, there's almost a 70 cents difference in each bolt, so it only cost me a little bit more to get 12 bolts with 13 locking washers, okay, as it did to originally get 5 bolts with no locking washers. And the reason I got an extra locking washer was the guy was counting out the locking washers, the lock washers, and one of them he handed me, I didn't like the way it looked, so I said, oh, can I switch that one? And by the time he got done, I had an extra washer. I don't know. But to make a long story short, it's too late now to get this intake on. This intake is going to take me well over an hour to get on, easy. And it's like 8:30 now, so but tomorrow night I want to get the intake on, and I want to get the holes drilled in the valve covers for the breathers, so his should look pretty much just like mine over there. And not sure if I have good grommets or bad grommets, because I got grommets up in these. I gotta see how those grommets are, but I also have a brand new set of those breathers besides those. I need the deep grommets. I use the deep grommets with the thin slit, and we bury them right down to like right in here, so it doesn't really get the oil. Doesn't get the oil at all. So with that, by tomorrow night, I would like to have the intake fully bolted on. That's why I ran out to the store a second time tonight, so I wouldn't have to run around tomorrow. Get the intake fully on. I still have to scrape off all the other guy's stuff. Get the holes drilled. Get the breathers on. And then I just have to pull off one of my screws for the valve covers. I want to match them for the same as his. I like flathead screws for valve cover screws, because if you're stuck, like I was once, and you got to take a valve cover off, everybody has a flathead screwdriver. If you got some goofy setup on there, you know what I mean, especially these back ones. This one was hard to get because this is only 1/4 of an inch from my firewall. Okay, you can't even get your finger in there. So to get this one's a little tough, but you can get it with a screwdriver. If I got some goofy setup and I'm stuck on the side of the road, I'm not getting the valve cover off. So flathead screws, way to go. I think what turned me on to those was the comment I heard somebody say once a long time ago. Oh, this guy don't know what he's doing. He has flathead screws holding the valve covers on. And ever since then, you got to prove the people wrong. That's it, guys. I'm already rambling. Day's over. It's a long one. We're done. So there'll be an update tomorrow night. We're going to be working on this thing steady. So tomorrow is Thursday. We're working on Thursday night, Friday night. We'll be on a Saturday. And I'm going to attempt to kick it off on Sunday. Like I said, I got the yoke. I'll leave that in there for today, but tomorrow I'm going to run that to work. I have the tool to press it out, but I'll just do it on the regular press so I could slip the yoke in there. It's the big long yoke, and I think we're just going to hook the automatic flywheel up, and when we break in the motor, we'll fill up the tranny and run it through the gears all in one shot, so we don't got to split it a second time. So make sure the tranny's good before we slip everything in. That yoke should hook up to Junior's universal on his drive shaft. It should be the same. If not, I'll get a combo one. Well, I'm going to get a new joint anyway, but we're definitely going to have to shorten the shaft a minimum of 4 inches. So we'll take an exact measurement. It doesn't matter if it's 4, 4 1/4, 6, 2. Shortening's a shortening. They don't charge you by the inch. They only charge you by the inch when they lengthen it. So, with that said, guys, I'm calling it. Everybody have a good night, and hopefully everybody has a good Labor Day coming up.